मित्रों, हम सब तो मित्र हैं. You know, it's wonderful to be with all of you today on the 84th AICC plenary. It's a reminder to us that this political competition is also a contest of ideas. The fact is, we have this history that these 84 plenaries testify to. And as I've said to people in a different context, if you don't know where you're coming from, how will you appreciate where you're going? We need, in the Congress Party, to remember our history, to articulate what we stand for. Our Congress President spoke about the importance of ahimsa, ahimsa paramo dharma. We are a party with a comprehensive vision for this country. We speak proudly of the growth that this party brought to India from 1991 onwards. But we are always conscious of the importance of social justice, that the fruits of that growth must be distributed to those who are left out. We must know, when we speak of socialism, that the magic of the market will not appeal to those who cannot afford to enter the marketplace. We must think of them too. We must be the party that gives voice to the voiceless. We must be the party, as Rahul Gandhi ji reminded us today, that represents all Indians. The Congress Party understands that India is a country where we can overcome differences of caste, of creed, of color, of culture, of consonant, of conviction, of cuisine, of costume and custom, and still rally around a consensus. And that consensus is on the very precious idea in a democracy like ours that you don't need to agree all the time, so long as you will agree on the ground rules of how you will disagree. The BJP, unfortunately, is challenging those very ground rules. Believe me, our constitution is under threat. They are now a majority in the Lok Sabha, creeping up to a majority in the Rajya Sabha. They control more than 2/3 of the states. They have been talking about imposing their view of India on our country. And that means the constitution is not safe. The danger for us is that they have a different vision of this country than our constitution enshrines. Nehruji spoke of India as a country made up of all who have contributed to it. He spoke of a palimpsest, which is if you write on the wall and he comes and writes on top of what you have written without erasing what you have written, and I write on top of what he has written, and she writes on top of what I have written, and they all remain on the wall. That is a palimpsest. That was Nehruji's idea of India. That is not the BJP's idea. They speak of their great ideologue, Deen Dayal Upadhyay. What did he say? He said the Constitution rests on a flawed premise. Not just that it was written by Anglophile lawyers with Western ideas and in a foreign language, the language I'm speaking to you today, which were good enough reasons for him to reject them. But he said, no, what is worse is that the Constitution has a flawed idea of what is a nation. Our Constitution assumes our nation is the territory of India and all the people living in it. But Upadhyay says, no, the nation is not the whole territory of India and the people on it. A nation is a people alone, and the people are the Hindu people. That is why they speak of a Hindu Rashtra, whereas we proudly speak of secularism, because we accept that every group in this country has contributed to making us who we are. That in India today, we are a plural identity. The singular thing about India is that you can only speak of us in the plural. And that plural identity means that you can be many things and one thing. You can be a good Muslim, a good Keralite, and a good Indian all at once. That is the strength of Indianness. And each of those identities is secure because of the overall Indian identity, the Indian Constitution. എൻ്റെ ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന മലയാളി സുഹൃത്തുക്കൾക്ക് ഞാൻ വള്ളത്തോളിന് രണ്ടുപേരെയും ഒന്ന് ഓർമ്മപ്പെടുത്തട്ടെ. ഭാരതമൊന്ന് കേട്ടാലോ അഭിമാനപൂരിതമാവണം അന്തരംഗം. കേരളം ഒന്ന് കേട്ടാൽ തിളക്കണം ചോര നമ്മുടെ ഞരമ്പുകളിൽ. If you hear the name of Bharat, your heart must swell with pride. When you hear the name of Kerala, the blood must throb in your veins. This is true of all of our states, all of our peoples. We are proud of what we are. ये लोग कहते हैं गर्व से कहो कि हम हिंदू हैं. हम गर्व से कहते हैं कि हम हिंदुस्तानी हैं. We must not surrender the Hindu space to the BJP. We must accept that the great strength of Hinduism is the acceptance of difference. Swami Vivekananda said, ours is a religion that has taught not only tolerance, but acceptance. Tolerance is a virtue, but the tolerant man says, I am in right, you are in error, but I will magnanimously indulge you in the right to be wrong. Whereas the good Hindu says, I believe I have the truth, you believe you have the truth, I will respect your truth, please respect my truth. That is the strength of being a true Hindu, that is the strength of being a true Democrat in our India. It seems to me this is not soft Hindutva. This is neutralizing their Hindutva in the name of Hinduism, because Hindutva is not Hinduism. Hindutva is a political ideology, whereas we can speak proudly of who we are. So when Rahul ji says, I'm a Shiv Bhakt, it does not mean that he does not respect those who are not Shiv Bhakts. It means as a good Shiv Bhakt, he embraces all. We have to speak of inclusion, but we have to say at the same time, when the BJP goes to voters and says, we go to temples, हम मंदिर जाते हैं, हम अच्छे हिंदू हैं, हमें वोट दीजिए. हम भी कहते हैं कि आप मंदिर जाते हो, हम भी मंदिर जाते हैं. अब मंदिर की बात छोड़िए, विकास की बात कीजिए. 4 साल आपने इस देश में कितना धोखा दिया है. आप तो प्रधानमंत्री की मन की बात सुनाते हैं हमें, लेकिन जन की बात कौन सुनाएंगे? कांग्रेस पार्टी है ये सुनाने के लिए. We need a positive message, of course. We have to oppose the damage they are doing. They are dividing our country. एक मंत्री कहती है कि इस देश को बांटना पड़ेगा, रामजादे और हरामजादे, और वो अभी भी मंत्री है. एक और भी भाजपा का एमपी कह रहा है कि महात्मा गांधी की मूर्तियां हटा के गोडसे की मूर्तियां रखना है. ये है अहिंसा का देश, और वो अभी भी एमपी है. एक और मंत्री कह रहा है कि अगर आप मोदी जी के खिलाफ है, आप पाकिस्तान जाइए. अरे ये पाकिस्तान का मतलब क्या है? आपके दुश्मनों को आप दूर भेजना चाहते हैं तो कनाडा के बारे में सोचिए. नहीं, ये पाकिस्तान कहते हैं क्योंकि इसमें भी एक संदेश है. They are trying to divide our country. We must not allow them to divide us. They are trying to say that those who are against them are against Hinduism, are Muslims, are enemies of this nation. That is not how we see our Muslim brothers and sisters. That is not how we see India. The fact is, the silence of this Prime Minister is complicit. We cannot allow the silence to speak for itself. When he says, na khaunga, na khane dunga, it seems he was only speaking about beef. The fact is, corruption as thriving under this government, and we've all heard what others have said about this. Where is the Lokpal bill that they ran against us on 4 years ago? It still hasn't been introduced. They speak of a new India. We too want a new India in which you are not lynched for what you eat, where you are not flogged for being who you are or doing what you do. A new India where you are not assaulted for what you believe, shamed for what you wear, or criminalized for who you love. In the name of a strong India, they are weakening India. We want unity, they want uniformity. We want cooperation, they want co-optation. We want consensus, they want conformity. 56 इंच का सीना है तो क्या हुआ? सीने में दिल भी होना चाहिए. We have to beat our heart for the weakest and poorest of our country. Congress party is a party that thinks about tomorrow. I am proud to represent the part of the party that gives a platform to the professionals of our country. The Professionals Congress recognizes that many people in our country work hard, do their professions, pay their taxes, but then go home and complain about the politicians because they have no access to our politics. The Congress party is giving them access, is creating a model within the party where they can discuss ideas, contribute their expertise, and serve the party's larger interests. Today, the Tamil Nadu chapter has done a report on how demonetization and the botched implementation of GST has cost jobs in the textile hub of Tirupur. In Kerala, we have the AIPC hearing from an expert on satellite technology about cyclones. In Gurgaon, we have a candlelight procession against those who in the name of Padmavat have attacked school buses. We are trying to create a new culture, professional ideas through professionals. We have a telecoms revolution the Congress brought to this country when Rajiv Gandhi connected India to the 21st century. Today is the era of telecoms. 4G is more important than Modi ji, and we will take India forward in this way. With a young Prime Minister, a young leader, एक नया दिशा, एक नई रोशनी. कांग्रेस पार्टी आप हैं, कार्यकर्ता का पार्टी है हमारी पार्टी. आपके सेवा के लिए मैं धन्यवाद कहना चाहता हूं. Together, एक साथ, we will win, we will win. जय हिंद, जय कांग्रेस.